everyone. How are you guys doing today? Finally, I'm right on time this week. Well, I hope you all have been doing really well. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes until more of you all join me. Till then, for those of you all who are just coming in, tell me, how was your week going? And the energies of May has been spectacular. It had a rough start, especially with Mercury retrograde and everything. Happy Mother's Day to all of you who are celebrating, all beautiful mothers. Actually, everyone celebrates Mother's Day. All right, I don't see anyone yet. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. Hey, Henry, how are you? It's been a while. Really missed having you around. How have you been? Ah, I see more of y'all joining. Hey, guys, for those of y'all joining, tell me you are here. Send your. Oh, fantastic. I think it's the timing as well because I've been doing so many different timings lately, but Henry, so good to see you. Hey, Bunny, how are you? Good to see you too. How have you all been doing? Give me a little update about your, divine counterpart. Thanks, Henry. I want to do earlier timing so that, I could reach out to more people because if I do later, I'm not able to get my European friends like you in. And yeah, so finally I thought, okay, I'm going to try 8. Maybe next week I'll try 7. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Good to see you. All right, let me do a brief check in with the energies. Our May's energies have been spectacular. Things are finally starting to shift. You will notice a little lightness in your heart. Divine masculines, on the other hand, are still coming out of a slumber. So take it slow, guys, because you don't want to push them too much. Besides that, it has been amazing to actually be able to spend the last 6 months just, connecting with yourself and letting those, you know, downloads seep through your life and make all these magical changes that you're experiencing. Rachel, last weekend was brutal. Now feeling a little more like myself. Yeah. May started off rocky, but things are stabilizing now, and you guys are soon going to start experiencing immense shifts. Henry, I've been doing great, mainly focused on the business. Also met an interesting guy, Patrick, and will ask for a reading in a bit when you do readings. Haha, we definitely need to catch up. Absolutely, Henry, we definitely need to. Anyway, I'll be doing free readings and channelings towards the end. So, But today I'm going to talk about a very, very interesting topic, the different dimensions and how twin flames meet each other in those dimensions, and why it's actually necessary to know and be aware of these dimensions as well. Because once you have insight and knowledge about these dimensions, you'll be aware of what is happening to your relationship. For instance, example, um, you are meeting each other in the first dimension. That's when the toxic divine masculine or the toxic divine feminine traits start to come out, because that's how distant you are from God and Source. All right, I see more of y'all joining me. Guys, send me your reactions. Show me you're here. I've also introduced a tip jar to support the work I'm doing. So if anyone's called, I would be grateful for a tip as well. The link is up there. And guys, today's topic is going to be intense. So I'm going to try my best to explain to you guys um, what all of this means. Bunny, thank you so much. Bunny says, feeling so calmer since the reading with you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your comments. And yes, guys, if you want to book a private reading or healing, feel free to DM me. I've got some amazing promotions as well on the specials album. I think I've got about 4 to 5 specials running on my Twin Flame check, Twin Flame Soul Journey reading, Inner Child Healing, um, and I also have a chakra cleanse special, so do check them out. They will definitely be beneficial. And yes, guys, and now I'm doing all my readings live as well, unless upon request I do written reports. Healings too are done live. So I'm really excited to see all of y'all. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Julia. It's been so long, so much has happened. Feel free to share, what's been going on, and we'll be really, really happy to know what you all have been up to. So use this space to share everything that's been going on with you. And today's topic, the different dimensions, how they feel like, and how do twin flames meet in these dimensions. So I'm going to talk about the higher dimensions and the lower dimensions as well. Again, because this is an hour's live, so again, there's only this much I will be able to talk about. But for the sake of understanding and to simplify things so that you guys understand the complexity of dimensions in 3D layman terms. Hi, Paige. Good to see you. And of course, there's free channeling, towards the end of this live. And I also have a tip jar. So if anyone's called to leave a donation, feel free to do so. It will really support the work I'm doing. And, then I can spend more time creating content for you as well. All right, now I'm going to delve right into the topic because I see 9 of y'all, so that is fantastic. Please, guys, show me that you're here. The more you react, the more you comment, then more of y'all can join in because this post will be, in most people's feeds. Okay, what are the different dimensions and what dimension is Earth? Earth is predominantly third dimension, but we have all the dimensions like portals that exist in different parts of the world. And usually, when you start experiencing higher awareness and shifts, you start meeting, experiencing, feeling your twin flame, your divine masculine, because most of you here are divine feminines, in the fifth dimension. So, the fifth dimension is a beautiful dimension. That's the dimension of the Akashic records. That's the dimension that is like the bridge between the lower dimensions and the higher dimensions. So that's where the shift truly happens. Like 4D is more of the mind, the ego. This is where, you know, um, polarities exist. So you have the good people and also the not so good people. And then you have got 3D, you have 2D and 1D and the lower 12 dimensions. So when you are feeling really toxic and you're having a lot of nightmares and you feel like your connection is being sabotaged and things like that, then you are actually spending a lot of time in the first or second dimension. That's when you start to exhibit traits of toxicity. You become the divine masculine, you become the divine toxic masculine, you become the divine toxic feminine, and then things start to just spiral down, in ways you don't imagine. And just see it this way: the lower the dimension you are vibrating on, the further you are away from God and the universe and the divine. And hence, that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling, because innately, what you're feeling is this strong detachment from who you are. And in the other way, you're not detached to, the earthly stuff, but rather the opposite of it. So, in other words, you're disconnected to the energy source. Hi, Jasmine. Good to see you. We're talking about the different dimensions and how it impacts each and every one of us, and, how we meet our twin flames and stuff. So when you guys are vibrating a lot, which I do notice from time to time, a lot of divine feminines tend to, and that's when you get into obsession, um, or lack of mindsets, or you go into the victim complex. And because this is what's happening, you are vibrating in these lower dimensions. Like example, the first dimension is where um, people who are heavily traumatized, who go through soul facet loss. I actually have a promotion on soul facet restoration as well, so do check that out. But yeah, so that's what happened in the first dimension. Hi Karen, good to see you. Hi Jack, good to see you. I'm so glad a lot of y'all are joining. So probably this timing may be the best timing, I guess, so that I can get more and more of y'all. Anyway, as I was talking about the different dimensions, and I'm starting with the lower dimensions. So when you really drop low to these lower dimensions, what happens is that you start exhibiting toxic traits. And that is what happens to your divine masculine as well, because he starts behaving in a way that frustrates you, being disconnected, saying stuff like, I'm not interested, or being hot and cold, because he is expressing himself through the first dimension vibrations. The first dimension in itself is not low, but rather it tends to be further apart from the universe, from the energy source. Trauma. So people who are affected by a lot of trauma, people who are struggling a lot, tend to vibrate from this dimension. This is the dimension of addictions. This is the dimension where you are stuck in negative patterns. And when twin flames are vibrating at this dimension, they tend to be extremely toxic. They start scolding people, they're extremely mean, they just make lives miserable for themselves and for others as well, and they don't even realize the hurt they are causing because they've forgotten what the higher dimensions feel like. So when you start meeting your divine counterpart in this dimension, what happens is that you start having nightmares, you start getting triggered, you start seeing your divine masculine with someone else, all of these toxic patterns start to appear. It is not difficult to shift dimensions through awareness, and that is something that I will touch on today. But moving on, the second and third. The second dimension is the dimension of expression, is connected to the sacral chakra. So the positive side of it is positive sexuality expression. The negative side of it is low self-confidence, insecurities, not feeling in tune with your body, soul. So when you meet your twin flame in this dimension, what happens is that you start having suspicion, you're becoming very possessive towards your twin flame, you become angry, you start becoming very controlling, because you feel a lot in this dimension. And it tends to affect your connection because your greatest fears tend to appear in this dimension. And this is when you start, going into the victim mode, you go into victim complex, you start suspecting, you start chasing, you start over messaging your divine masculine, things like that. The lack of balance starts to appear. Next up is the third dimension, the dimension of what Earth is on, And most of us have to operate in 3D in order to experience Earth. And like I always explain in my previous videos, dimensions are perceptions of from which field of experience you're actually looking at certain things. So that's what's happening. So when you're in 3D, all of your desires are very physical. You forget the divine purpose of the twin flame journey. So you're obsessed with union, you just want to get together, you're always looking at time, you're always feeling that, oh, you're running on a time clock, you're worried about very physical, which there's nothing wrong. And when you tend to meet your twin flame in the physical, in 3D, again, there's a marvelous aspect to it, but often not so. That's when all of your all the obstacles and challenges tend to take place. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Don't hesitate to comment. I'll take questions in between as well. The fourth dimension. This is the dimension of rationality and logic, and many twin flames are trapped between the third and the fourth dimension, and hence that's why they try to place logic. Logic doesn't work in your twin flame journey, and that is something that you have to always remember, because if you are feeling all rational and logical, then you're not going to understand what this twin flame journey is about. Next up is, how do you, because when you are on earth, you're always moving between, most people move between 3D to 5D. 5D is when you start experiencing bliss and non judgment. You accept everything that's going on, and you don't allow anything, excuse me, you don't allow anything to affect you. Because when you are living in fifth dimension, you are able to see things from a higher perspective. And after that, 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D, 12D, 13D, 13D is the dimension where the split occurs for monadics. So I'll delve more into higher dimensions, um, probably in the following weeks, but I'll briefly touch on. So once you start meeting your twin flame in these higher dimensions, because on Earth, you can experience 3D and other dimensions as well if you align yourself, and that's when quantum jumping comes in, timeline shifts comes in, everything comes in, and truly you'll start living life like, a Marvel movie, or Heroes. There used to be a series where, people had extraordinary capabilities, and you'll start awakening to these gifts. And then anything that happens in 3D won't have the effect it has on you right now. So, for example, hi Marif. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So, we're talking about the different dimensions, and the different dimensions are part of our multi-dimensional, you know, alignment. So, once you're aware of these different dimensions, they impact your soul growth, your evolution, and how it's going to determine where you are and what place you are in terms of union in your journey. So that's why I thought this topic is going to be really, really vital for those of you all are struggling to move away from the stagnancy that you're experiencing. So 5D, see, most twin flames who are in union live and operate from 5D, and that's why they are living such a blissful, such a blessed life. And usually, this is the last lifetime, both for monadics and split souls, because they have done what they have to do on Earth, and now they are ready to go back to their home planet. And union is something that, was the plan, because you want to experience that merging in the physical, because that was the challenge that you signed up for from the soul level. So that's what happens, So you go through the merge. So for those of y'all who are living in 5D, will experience 5D communication and meetings for those of you in separation. So you can still meet your twin flames in different dimensions from where you are, even if you are in separation. Remember that you can always connect and communicate with your twin flame. Guys, any questions? I hope you're all following me. I hope this topic is interesting enough for you guys to, stay tuned. You're all extremely quiet, so I'm wondering, Ah, Karen, what do you do when someone says that messages you get are wrong, that you are misunderstanding the signs because of rose colored glasses? In fact, your question is perfect because this relates to the topic I'm talking about. So you're actually seeing things from a different dimension. So the same thing, example, you see your divine masculine with another woman. If you're operating from the first dimension, you're going to panic, you're going to get into depression, and it's going to take a while for you to come out of it. If you're operating from the second dimension, what happens is that you get angry, you start feeling, oh my goodness, how can he be with someone else, and you connect to that dimension. So if, example, your divine masculine is having sex, you'll be able to feel it more intently. 3D, you're like, why must this happen to me? Why can't he be with me? But when you look at things in 4D, you're like, this can't be. We are supposed to be together. Why is he with a different person? But in 5D, you will realize this is a simulation. We are living in a simulation within a simulation. So everything that's happening is just an expression of life in this reality. And that's when the messages you get wrong is the other person is perceiving things from a different dimension. So there's actually meaning that's being lost in translation. So that's what they mean by misunderstanding. So they may be operating from a lower dimension, because people who are operating from a higher dimension won't say things like that, to tend to make you feel the way you're feeling, or rose-colored glasses, something like that. So and there's no judgment whichever dimension you're vibrating from, or you're meeting your twin flame, but it's all part of the learning curve, as it's part of the major evolutionary process as well. Oh my goodness. Every time I'm channeling a lot, my nose gets really itchy. Like, guys, like all the information I share with is all channeled from my higher self, from the higher dimensions. And that's why, guys, I really, in fact, this year, I really want to spend a lot more time creating more content for you. And, it's going to be exciting. So, example, when you start operating from 6 and 7 and 8 dimensions, it's different. You're fully focused on your soul mission. And then you're not really going to be distracted by the 3D side of things anymore, because then your focus won't be uniting with your twin flame just for the sake of physical union, for romanticism, etc. It's going to be bigger than that. You're going to experience a bigger aspect, of who you are and what you're doing. So, um, Karen, the best way is to, if this person doesn't resonate with you, then it's time to shift and move on to someone who understands where you are operating from. So often, if something is confusing for you, then you're not in alignment with that person. So that means even if they are in a lower dimension, you're a higher dimension, it can be confusing as well. Paige, what's the best way to stay in higher dimensions and avoid dropping down? Expectations. I did a live about expectations 2 weeks ago. Go watch that. But expectations are the reason why you drop dimensions, because you set this standard for your journey, you set this standard for your divine masculine. So, in order to stay in the higher dimension, you have to completely trust and surrender to the divine, to the universe, to your journey, to God. So, these are essential steps to actually avoid dropping down. And sometimes, you may notice that you're shifting away from your current life, from people you work with, because every single moment you are calibrating and recalibrating, and so it's okay to cut off connections when they don't resonate with you anymore, because you want to be with people who match your frequency, who match where you're vibrating from, for the sake of your own soul growth. I will do more lives. Actually, my plan for the future is do more lives on different dimensions. Like, we'll talk about like one dimension per life, and also going to do about the different star systems, and we'll be doing a lot of this. And then, I'll talk about galactic meetings. I'll talk about things that are more advanced, because I believe you guys will be able to, understand. And Tamra has put it so well. Yes, someone can only meet you from their level of consciousness. Exactly, Karen. Even if it's family, it's okay, you know, because that too, your family is only your family in this reality. Ultimately, we are all part of the oneness, we're all part of consciousness. All right. Then when you go start meeting your twin flame 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, the experience is different because you are part of the leadership, you're part of galactic meetings, you're traveling to your twin flame to all these different higher dimensions, and you're making a greater impact. So many twin flames are stuck between the first dimension to the fourth dimension. Hence, that's why there's stagnancy, there's no growth, no movement, no union. These are the reasons. You have to truly awaken, and there's a reason for it. Because if you're still holding on to certain expectations or certain patterns from earth, then you're truly not going to be in union, because you are going to be separate. Like I had explained, the lower dimension you are, the more separate you are from consciousness. So that's why union happens when you are awake, when you are at peace with yourself, when you are able to embrace yourself, and experience the overflooding nature of the cosmos within you and outside of you. I think it's enough for now, because you know these it takes a while to truly understand about the different dimensions and how it actually affects you. And I spoke about what it's like meeting your divine counterpart in the lower dimensions versus the higher dimensions. So guys, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, I will move on to free channeling in a bit. Happy Mother's Day to all of y'all who are celebrating. And, for a lot of y'all, it's still Saturday, but have a great day, to the mothers, and to all the mothers who are going to celebrate with their mothers and their children. Have a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. Arif, if we dream of our TF, does it happen? It happens in 5D and above. But sometimes when you have dreams that trigger fear, then you're actually dreaming of your TF in lower dimensions. So when the dream is pleasant and it's empowering, then it happens in 5D. So not necessarily 5D only. So yes. Guys, I'm really grateful for y'all to be here. I've left a link to my PayPal, so if you guys want to leave a tip and support me, feel free to do so. I'm going to start with the free channeling. So guys, feel free to comment if you don't have any more questions. And also feel free to check out the amazing promotions I'm having. I'm having a promo on inner child healing and soul retrieval, also on the twin flame journey and twin flame checks. So, yes. And yeah, and guys, if you want a private session, you can always book one of those psychic Zoom sessions. And I always try to have availability every day, so you can always sign up for that as well. And I'm also doing courses. You can always check out my course list. I've had very happy, successful students in the past who have gone on to do their own psychic work for the universe. By the way, Marif, you're most welcome. Recent dreams were pleasant. Julia, may I have a message from my DM? We have not met in 3D yet, but I know it's so close. I know something huge has happened and has shifted everything. We meet often in 5D. Your DM is coming out of his shell, and I feel that his lower chakras are finding more balance, but yet he's dropping low sometimes. He's dropping to the lower dimensions because he's still dealing with his shadow side, his fears, and these are causing him to not meet you in 3D yet. But your 5D communication has been pleasant, you're becoming closer, and this is going to affect your 3D journey as well. I hope that helps, Julia. Um, so what have you guys been up to? Like what have you all been facing recently? Oh, it's been a while. Do you have any updates about Patrick for me and how he's moving forward? Well, Patrick. Patrick is a person who doesn't reveal so much about what he does, how he feels, and what are his plans. So he's going to be a tough cookie, but moving forward, I feel it's going to be positive. So that's going to be good, Henry. So I feel things will continue to evolve and there is great potential um, in terms of partnership with Patrick. In terms of your chakras, I feel that you are in your power. Uh, you are operating a lot from your solar plexus, which is an amazing thing. So you'll be attracting a lot of meaningful opportunities your way, and things look very flourishing for you and your future and everyone you connect with, Henry. I hope that helps. Bunny, any messages for me from my TF since we are in separation, as you're aware? Oh, your TF is hopelessly romantic. There's so much love, and there's so much yearning, and there's so much he wants to say, and there's so much he wants to do, and it's like his heart chakra is exploding on a daily basis because he thinks about you. So much passion. All he has in your mind is thinking about all different ways and aspects and versions, and lately has been having a lot of dreams about you, and it's so amazing because there's so much love. Now all he has to do is act. So his higher self wants you to know that he's trying his best to you know um, settle and neutralize things in his family environment before he can be fully free and to come back to you. So it's looking very pleasant for you, Bunny, and things are going to be very, 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 very exciting. Paige, I'll be meeting my TF in person for the first time this summer. So, of course, we are very excited. Any channeling about this summer would be appreciated. All right. This summer is going to be different from all the other summers you have had. You're going to experience a breakthrough with your twin flame, and you will definitely come back and tell me about it. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I feel it's going to be a very balanced expression. You're going to hit points that you have never hit in your connection before. So there's going to be a lot of self expression, there's going to be a lot of romanticism, there's going to be a lot of soul growth that you see in your TF. So that's going to be amazing. Guys, truly, if you really like my channelings, readings, lives, feel free to leave a tip. That will mean a lot to me. I've got my PayPal up there. And also, I could spend more time bringing more great stuff for you. I hope, Paige, you have enjoyed my channeling with your TF. And yeah, summer is going to be great. And in terms of your chakras, I feel a bit of stress in your sacral because you feel a bit anxious as to what's going to happen. But trust the universe in this because things are going to shift and things are going to be different, and you will find yourself being extremely happy about a lot of things. Karen, I found out my DM is living with someone. Ghosted me last fall. I got very sick when I found this out. I spent 2 days in hospital with uncontrolled vomiting. What is going on? What is going on is that your 3D self is not able to accept what is going on because you are seeing things on a 3D level, and it's really making you sick because you feel that your twin flame has to be with you, and it's actually affecting you in so many ways because when you take things to heart in 3D, it affects your physical body directly. And that's when you start having all these signs of getting ill, feeling nervous, and, so much more. And hence, that's the reason why you would feel all this. But once you start shifting and once you start seeing things from a higher dimension, you will start to see things change. And you made the right decision not to intervene in matters of 3D, so that's good, Karen. Oh, you're most welcome, Henry. You're most welcome, Bunny. So much love to you as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Every time I channel, my nose gets itchy. Geraldine, hi. Any messages from Ryan? But I've not heard from him for a little while. But recently I had a dream he was calling me in Google Meet. Oh, that's wonderful. That is 5D. And that is going to happen soon because right now it is union time for a lot of twin flames. So I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Jerlan. Messages from Ryan. Ryan has been thinking a lot about you lately. I see his throat and heart chakras expanding. So this is a sign that he's going to reveal what he's feeling, and he's going to definitely um, create communication between the both of you so that Google Meet is going to happen. It might not happen in Google Meet, but definitely I do see communication happening for you guys. Um, there is still a bit of fear that he's working on. As for you, I notice that you are, bouncing back and forth with the different dimensions. There's some days you're doing really well, some days, you're hopeful, some days you're actually feeling quite miserable, but things are shifting. And, this dream indicates that good things are going to happen. So it's going to be really, really wonderful. And continue your healing, continue, sending him love your way as well. Tamara, may I have some guidance from the divine? I finally found a past life regression mentor. Oh, that's wonderful. I've been working with some clients lately as well with past life regression. I do it my way because I had invented my own technique, and it's really, really wonderful because when your client starts speaking during a session, it's a different level. So I do both. Like when I do Akashic records, I get the information from the records. But when I create that space for you to connect to your own past life, that's a transformational experience as well. Of course, it could be quite trauma inducing. And of course, when you do it with a practitioner like me, things tend to get balanced. So that's a new service I'm introducing as well. So you can check my album and website for that. Anyway, Tamara, the guidance I'm getting is that you are going to be tested. I feel like your loyalties are going to be tested, and there is going to be a major shift that happens because especially you had your birthday. Happy birthday, Tamra. I hope you had a blast. You're going to see a significant change. I feel like there is going to be um, this divine overlapping of your profession, your profession, the divine work you're doing, everything is going to intermingle, and understanding your past lives are going to show you a whole new perspective on things as well. So the message I'm getting from divine is that continue working on yourself, and keep being you, because you add color to the lives of so many. When I say loyalty is being tested, you may meet people, who are trying to draw you away from your divine purpose, or, start making you start pulling you down to their dimension, but you don't belong to that dimension. You are your own sovereign being. And this may come in the form of office politics and stuff like that, but that too you transcend and you will win. So this is what your angels are telling you, Tamra, and all the best to you. Rachel, will future energies between me and my DM be good? Is love still there? Thank you. The love is always there, but the energies are a bit, like what I said last week, they are, going up and down. You are doing really well with your healing, but he is going back and forth because he's got a lot of work to do in his root and sacral chakra. Hence, there's so much confusion, there's so much conflict. He's just not able to get to the purer dimensions to be able to come and see you or meet you. It's like he needs to cleanse himself in order to present himself with you, Rachel. But the future is looking good. It might be slow, but definitely there will be meetings, there will be conversations, there will be dates, there will be memorable moments. So things will be, amazing. Marif, what did my TFVN think and feel when he reached out to me and asked where I am after not seeing me for almost a month in our humanitarian organization we are both in? Well, VN felt an exploding sense of emotions. There's generally a lot of confusion and a lot of, he's holding back. Often, your person doesn't want to express himself completely, but whenever you're not around or he feels that disconnect within, he reaches out to you because he wants to know that you are there for him. But yet again, there's so much inner turmoil that he's facing that he might not come be truthful to you as to what he's going. There's a lot of challenges that he's facing. That's what I'm sensing. And but when he reached out, that moment was pure because all he wanted was to be with you, and create something with you and spend a lot more time with you. So that was what happened when he reached out. Paige, you're most welcome. Karen, thank you. Vaishnavi, I knew that I was purging, but it's hard to control the physical. I just got home today. You'll be fine, Karen. Things will get better. Gerlin, oh, thank you so much. That made my day. And yes, you said my name right. Oh, thank you. Karen, do you have any message from Eric? I feel like there's a tower happening on his side. Definitely a tower moment, Karen. There is so much happening right now. Things in his 3D life with his 3D interactions with other 3D people are not going so well. So, in a sense, you guys are mirroring one another, but things are kind of adjusting, and you will find a moment when things start to neutralize. And so the message I get from Eric's higher self is that he's so apologetic, and he wants things to change, he wants things to transform. He hopes he can make things right with you, but yet he's afraid to come back to you because he doesn't want to disappoint you. Tamara, you're most welcome. Morgan, hi Vaish. Oh, good to see you, Morgan. And you're most welcome, Rachel. Guys, thank you all for being here. And if you really enjoyed my life and my channelings, feel free to leave a tip. I've put up my PayPal link. I've also have amazing promotions, that only will be going on for this month of May. So check them out in the special albums, which I created and it's back again. And also, if you guys want to have a general psychic session, please have a look at my um, album, and all my prizes are there. But I do have daily psychic Zoom sessions, which we can arrange. A lot of people have benefited from those video sessions. And I've also introduced this new method that I have been healing my clients, that is, getting you into a state whereby you are able to see your own past lives. And so basically, I'm doing video call healing, trauma healing through speaking. So that has been very transformational. Some clients have really, really enjoyed that. So that is something you may want to check out and contact me about. Karen, I'm really excited to doing that soul retrieval for you. And thank you so much, Karen, because so much breakthroughs are going to happen. Henry, Hugo is just shut off. He's in his shell. But there is this admiration for you because he still watches you from afar, maybe a few fake accounts through Instagram. But there is so much potential and so much love and so much passion, but he doesn't want to show it because he is really operating, between 2D to 4D. So he tends to allow these things to affect him. And he thinks that you're doing happy and you're doing so well. So he doesn't really want to intervene in your life as yet because he wants you to be happy and enjoy your life. So this is what I'm getting from Hugo, Henry. And thank you so much, guys, for being here. I hope you all had a wonderful life. And I will see you all next week. And hopefully, we can reach out to more people. Either I'll go earlier or I'll go much later, so that I'm able to, get more people to come in because I often feel certain timings I'm only getting like 10 to 12 people. So, but I do get different people. So that's good. And really, guys, I'm so glad I was able to share some light on what the different dimensions are and what it is for you and your twin flame. I know there's a lot of things going on. Most importantly, stay strong and things will transform and you all will start to feel and experience upliftment and always believe that the universe is there watching your back. God is always inside and everywhere. So if you feel down, never feel like, you don't have a direct connection with God. You can always talk to the universe, to the divine, to God, to, however, to you, to each one of you, God is unique. So always do that. And also, May has been an amazing month and immense transformation is happening for each one of you all. I'm so excited to bring you guys more lives and it will just get better and better. And I will always do these live channelings and I've included some healing towards the end as well. So I'm going to just do some collective healing for you all before we wrap up for the week. So in order to tune in, just connect with me. I'm going to do some Reiki and Isis Sachem healing today. So, so if you guys want to join me, just join me. I'm going to, start with clearing your energy fields and, you know, sharing some balance and feeling more empowerment. So that will be the intention for today's session. So join me. I'm going to go on for like 5 minutes and then we will wrap up for today. Yeah, Karen, the healing I'm doing will be helpful. So I hope you feel better. Even though I got physically ill, I'm at peace. Yeah, things will get better. Physical illnesses are often manifestations of our 3D life. And they start developing very young as you are in your teenagers, like from your first trauma, physical illness start to manifest. I will talk more about illnesses and how they manifest in 3D. But once you surrender and you start evolving spiritually, miracles will start happening. So just tune in with me. I see a lot of you all, especially your heart chakra. So I'm sending you a lot of love to your heart chakras. I see some of you all being really receptive to the healing. And for those of you all who are watching this live at a later time, you too can benefit from this collective healing because, you just have to connect to this couple of minutes and you will feel this clearing, and balance and joy. All right, guys, I'm done with the healing. Ah, perfect timing, Nimit. I was just going to wrap up for today. Yes, so I'll do your, channeling. And if there's anyone else, last chance. Oh, Marif. Oh, thank you so much. I'll try to do more healing. MJ and I have been talking about that as well. That I'll do these collective healing sessions with you all. So I'll quickly do a channeling for Nimit. So SPJ is still stuck in 3D. There's a lot of retaliation. She just doesn't want to transcend to other dimensions. She just wants to stay stuck. She doesn't want to allow true love in. And, Nimit, this is also a good time for you to shift dimensions. If you watch if you replay this live and start watching, you will start to feel that things. Oh, I see more of y'all coming in, but that's okay. I will do more channeling for a while. And anyway, um, Nimit, as I was saying, she's still stuck in 3D. So one good thing for you would be to start seeing things from a higher perspective and keep sending her love. Because especially healing to her root and sacral chakras, she's really struggling there, especially finding out who she is identity and what she feels identity. So that is something you could help working on by sending her a lot of love in 3D, 5D, and in so many ways. I hope that helps. Karen, I had a huge purge last eclipse in November and the most recent one last week. Yes, the last month has been amazing. You had the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse, and they both, you know, fell under, new moon and full moon. Yes, for those of you that join me in the healing, I hope you feel good. Oh, Henry, you're most welcome for the healing and messages. Cheryl, anything from Scott? Scott's higher self wants you to, pay attention to certain things in your life that you have been putting off. And Scott says that his 5D self watches you from afar and admires you in so many ways. So sometimes when you miss him, just call out to his higher self and, you know, try to be more aware of the signs that you get from the universe. So that's what I'm getting for Scott. There's so much of love that is not expressed yet. Arif, thank you so much for doing live channeling and healing. Rita, hello, beautiful. Hello. Nimit, thanks so much. Your healing was really helpful last week. I'll DM you this week. Oh, thank you so much, Nimit. I'm so glad. Diana, just wondering what is going on. What are these energy shifts I'm feeling with Warwick? Anything from him? And thank you so much. Oh, the energies of May are very transformative. You could, watch my life, and I went through the updates. So what Warwick is going through is that I feel now he's garnering all the courage to come and speak with you, and he's putting in all the effort, and he's working on what to say because he knows that you're in a very sensitive space right now. And that's what he feels. So he has to be very careful with his words and what he says, because he knows that he triggers you. So I feel that he's going to come back with a bang, but he's going to do it in a very slow and meaningful way. And that's what is going through in his mind. And because, a lot of truths were revealed to him, he's feeling that he needs to be nicer to you and he needs to work harder. So that's what I'm getting for you, Diana. I know that he wants to really, really repair himself so that he can present a better version of himself to you. I see a lot of movement in his heart chakra and throat chakra and sacral chakra. He feels a lot of guilt for not treating you right, and there's so much he wants to do. And you will be in for a lot of surprises, Diana. Oh, Cheryl, makes sense. Thank you. Guys, if you have enjoyed my healing channelings and this video, feel free to leave a tip in my tip jar. I have my PayPal link there. I'll really appreciate your donations, because that will give me more time to create more content for you and spend more time actually channeling for you all. Holly, hi, Vaish. Thank you for being there for all of us going through the TF journey. I'm so glad I found you. Oh, thank you, Holly. That is so sweet of you. Does Michael or my guides have any messages for me? Michael specifically has a message for you. He's very, very, very proud of you that you are being more you're living more in alignment with your divine truth. You have been spending more time working on yourself, connecting to the divine aspects of you and the external world. You have also been extremely patient, and all this is going to bring out more potential, and it's going to show you more signs that life is shifting and life is changing for you, and things are going to massively shift. That's the message I'm getting from Archangel Michael to you, Holly. I hope that helps. Rita, beautiful, please, beautiful. Are there messages for me relationship wise? Thank you. Rita, this is a testing period, so you may experience a little disappointments on your way, but you should not let that affect you, because you have to trust in God and the universe divine plan. So you have to hang in there, so that will clear out that space for you to truly experience love relationship wise, the beauty of pure nurturing caring love. So that's what I'm getting for you, Rita. Diana, oh, thank you so much, Vaish. Really appreciate it. And yes, I can definitely feel him trying, that's for sure. Shay, oh no, I missed it. I'll go back and listen to this live. Yes, Shay. Oh, you're most welcome, Shay. It resonates for sure. Oh, and thank you so much for your donation too. Really, really appreciate that. And and Diana as well. Thank you so much for your donation as well. For that previous reading. Um, Sienna, hi, beautiful. Any messages for me, please? Sienna, I see a lot of stagnancy in your root chakra. I feel like you can't move at the moment, but that's okay. This is going to be temporary. I want you to spend a lot of time focusing on you, but perhaps do something like you have to create a change in your life for your life to change. So that's the message I'm getting for you. So, but things are looking very hopeful for you, and this period is not going to last too long. But generally, you are a happy person, so you will find the happiness again. So that is what I'm getting for you, Sienna. I hope that helps. Holy more. Yes, it does help. It confirms what I needed to know and wanted to know. You're always on target, sending you light and love. Guys, please feel free to leave a review on my album. That would mean a lot, and your support means a lot. So, guys, after this live, please spend some time to leave a review on my channeling. I'll really appreciate that. Rita, thank you so much. Appreciate your time, energy, and blessed be. Oh, thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate all your help and all your support, and your reviews are always very, very, very helpful, and Yes. And again, guys, if you want to leave a tip today for the work I'm doing, feel free to do so as well. And also, I'm having some amazing promos. Do check them out. I have a soul retrieval special that's 50% off. I've got a twin flame soul reading 50% off as well, and an inner child healing, which is also 50% off, and a twin flame check. So, this will be going on for the month of May. So do check them out. Holly, yes, I can send you the link now. Just give me a moment. That's what happens. I try to reply. So that is my link, And guys, all right. Sienna, relationship wise, you're now at the crossroads. You're trying, part of you wants to move on, a part of you wants to stay put. But whatever decision you make, you have the support of the universe, and things do look hopeful for you. You will experience a lot of romance and love in the future. So, you know, just hang in there and things will be wonderful. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up for this week. Please feel free to leave a review in my review album, and check out my specials. If you want to have a private general reading, you could always book one of my psychic Zoom sessions. I've also introduced a new kind of healing through speaking. So it's a kind of a hypnotherapy, past life regression, but it's my own technique. A lot of my students have benefited from it, so you may want to try that out. Contact me for that service, and also have a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. For those mothers, you guys are amazing, and you know, have a great Mother's Day, and love you all and take care. Because for those of you all who have experienced the healing, drink some water, rest up. I will see you all next week, and take care. Love you all so much. Bye bye.